my list is going to be, I'm taking a different slant on it.
Okay.
I'm basing mine on the artists that I think I know most about because they have put out an autobiography.
Nice.
And the more I feel that I know about an artist, that maybe that would enhance my experience in traveling in a car with them for, be it an hour or half a day, whatever it may be.
Okay.
So my first pick, pop me up here, is this man. Yes. Paul Stanley of Kiss.
Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised, people? Why am I not surprised that he would have Paul Stanley in a car?
But here's why.
Yeah, please tell me why.
Because I'm such a big Kiss fan. God, this is a great song. Anyway.
I'm going to take a nap for a moment. You go ahead, though.
No, because I'm such a big Kiss fan, I picked Paul Stanley because with Kiss, every guy in the band has put out an autobiography. I've read them all, and it just seems like if I'm going to talk to a guy from the band and get a real honest answer, it seems like Paul Stanley's book was the most honest of the four, and I feel that any questions I may have regarding the career of the band, that he would be the guy that would probably give me the most, straight to the point answer, not lie, not BS, not hide anything, and I could probably get at some good stories out of Paul Stanley. So that was my number. That's my number one.
Thumbs down.
Stop it.
Thumbs down. Anyway, who's next?
Let's see. Number two, I'm going to go with. Hopefully, I don't know how you feel about this one, but I'm going to go with this guy, Sammy Hagar.
Okay.
This is my number two. And I kind of get nervous about that because Sammy Hagar's a pretty, attention deficit disorder kind of guy. He's pretty wild. He's pretty all over the place.
So we were hanging out, and then, oh my God, I had some shrimp last night. Oh, man.
I wonder if I could just get him to just focus and concentrate. But, I said maybe if we're on a car ride together, we're a little just mellowed out, and, maybe Sammy might have to partake in maybe smoke a couple joints or something. To just relax, mellow out. But the reason I picked Sammy Hagar is based on his autobiography, Red, which is unbelievable read. Everyone's got to get that book. Even if you're not a fan of Sammy Hagar and you don't know much about him, that's good. Because he said in interviews that's the reason why he wrote his book. A lot of people just know, hey, he was this guy that was in Van Halen, and he was a singer. Big deal, great. But there's so many things about his life. It's really a story of real triumph, and a guy that came from really hard times and a rough upbringing to really, not only in the rock and roll world becoming successful and becoming a millionaire, but he a very smart businessman. His Cabo Wabo tequila, but years before that, even before joining Van Halen, he owned his own travel agency, and he owned a bike company and a clothing line and all these things pre-90s. So, he's a pretty smart businessman. So that's a guy I'd like to get in his ear, not only for some cool rock and roll stories, but
some business investment.
Yeah.
Oh, and now he is into Hawaiian rum.
Yeah.
He's making the best rum around. I haven't had it yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it.
He was on a Sirius XM show last week and talked about that even though he'd sold his interest in the Cabo Wabo tequila, he's getting back in with a new tequila from Cabo, from the pure agave, but he wasn't going to give away the details of the name of it, but would give away the details that instead of like the regular Cabo Wabo 100% agave tequila, this will be sort of infused.
Okay.
Will be the new one.
Well, you know what?
So I know Aaron loves that, and he's going to buy it.
For us adults that are listening in that are able to enjoy his wonderful drinks, I highly suggest even now Cabo Wabo tequila. It's the best around.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my last guy. You're going to go crazy when you hear this guy. All right, let me find. No, that's still Sammy. Let's find that. I'm trying to find a song from this guy. Okay, he plays on this song. We'll go with this song. The third guy I'm going to go with that I would like to be in a car with.
Timothy B. Schmidt.
Close. It's not Don Henley. It's not Joe Walsh. It's not Glenn Fry.
Oh, whoa.
Based on the book.
Whoa.
Based on the book, I'm going with Mr. Don Felder. This book,
Don Felder.
the autobiography he put out is so damn good that I could sit with him for hours as he goes off on Don Henley and Glenn Fry and just talks a bunch of crap about all of them. And just, I would love to hear his tales of woe about the Hell Freezes Over reunion and how about the guys never even talked to each other once on the whole tour and they all had separate planes, separate buses, separate dressing rooms.
Look, Don, all right? I want to hear Henley sing.
Yeah.
You're not that good. You're not that good. Thank you, but
And there's
you know what? I'd rather have Don Henley sing.
There's a great story about how Felder's attorney once called Glenn Fry to figure out some money things, and Glenn Fry did not like that and called the manager back and said, listen, you either tell Felder to sign that contract or he is out. And that's where he found himself. So that, hey, I could...
I love Glenn Fry. He is the man. If you have not seen the history of the Eagles, you really do need to see that documentary. It's a great documentary about one of America's greatest bands, the Eagles.
So that's my list.
It's a good list. I will give it to you. It's perfect
let me tell you
for
this about my list. I think, myself included, the four of us would all be able to sit together and have a nice conversation. Me, Don Felder, Paul Stanley, Sammy Hagar in one room. We're talking about a good time.
I think so. I see some meatballs. I see some chicken parm. I'd go along with that.